This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, strong winds pack a punch in Dunedin, lifting roofs, but also attracting sightseers to a very windy spot. A ship docks in the harbour for a short visit before heading to Antarctica, where it will investigate illegal activity. And the Nevis Bluff between Cromwell and Queenstown undergoes an inspection. We take a look at the result. Good evening, I'm Rebecca Dupree. Moderate to high winds in Dunedin reportedly lifted tin roofs around the city. However, one of the windiest places around the city attracted brave sightseers and one slightly intrepid reporter.
If you've been in an exposed part of the lower South Island today, you may have felt the wind. The highest gust reported by the Met Service today around Dunedin has been 54 kilometres an hour. Lawyers Head is one of the most exposed places around Dunedin, drawing the attention of some locals. These two had the good sense to stay in their car.
To have lunch and have a look at the south, quite interesting with all the wave settlements actually coming over the top.
Large waves, whipped up by steady 40+ km/h winds, sent salt spray and sea foam over the cars on top of Lawyers Head. The idea of washing the car became a hot topic.
Yeah, I've actually just said that we might take it for a bath.
Take it for a bath. Yeah, might get it afterwards.
The South Today approached a handful of other people on Lawyers Head to find out why they chose to brave the conditions. This gentleman says he's been up here many times before, but today's winds are the strongest he's ever experienced. Unfortunately, his words were blown away by the wind. The Otago coast is being buffeted by 40 km/h winds. It's been lifting roof around the city and causing havoc. Yet some people are coming to Lawyers Head just to sightsee. Admittedly, it's quite beautiful with big white caps on the waves, but it's actually quite hard to stand up. This afternoon, the Met Service issued a gale force wind warning for the Otago Peninsula. They say people should expect winds of up to 40 km/h, dropping to 25 knots by Tuesday afternoon. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Police have confirmed a Dunedin mother of 3 missing since Thursday last week is in Australia. Alice Totcher flew to Brisbane and police are working with her family and Interpol to establish her whereabouts. She was last seen dropping off her daughter in St Kilda. Totcher's family are asking members of the public in Brisbane to be on the lookout for her. Surveillance vessel HMNZS Wellington has been docked at Otago Harbour for the past few days en route to Antarctica. It was a flying visit for the ship, which is already headed for colder shores. The ship will be back in December to mark the Navy's 75th birthday.
This aerial view of the Nevis Bluff shows just how big the bluff actually is. One of the reasons why its maintenance is done on a regular basis.
This is Mina. I'm so in Queenstown, and right behind me here, as you can see, the Nevis Bluff Cliff, where
I'm sorry, we do appear to have the wrong story there. A purpose-built education centre opened at Southland Hospital can be set up to replicate an operating theatre or an emergency department resuscitation bay. The facility will be used for delivering the hospital's busy training and education schedule for its nursing, medical and allied health staff and students. Southern DHB Commissioner Kathy Grant says it's a significant asset for Southland Hospital and the southern community. Previously, education and training activities were delivered across a range of locations, both at the hospital and off-site. The Nevis Bluff on State Highway 6 between Cromwell and Queenstown is looking rock solid, following the biannual inspection that found no major threats or dangers of falling rocks or debris. The routine inspection began ahead of schedule on Friday, following a monthly check done throughout the year.
This aerial view of the Nevis Bluff shows just how big the bluff actually is. One of the reasons why its maintenance is done on a regular basis.
This is Mina. I'm so in Queenstown, and right behind me here, as you can see, the Nevis Bluff Cliff, where it's receiving its biannual inspection.
It's a $100,000 job, but it has to be done. 10-minute traffic delays on State Highway 6 meant that this helicopter was able to lift this half-ton air compressor up to the top of the Nevis Bluff to do its job.
It's easier to have the air compressor sitting at the top and pumping the air downhill.
Nothing serious was found during the recent helicopter inspection.
Yeah, we picked some stuff up the previous month that while the guys were here, we got them to go and deal to it, which they've done, and yeah, just had a look with one of the abseilers and just gave him a bit of a rundown of what he's done this week. So yeah, there's a couple of things just keep an eye on as we go on. So they're fairly minor things. This time round, yeah, there's nothing significant that we've noticed here.
The rock face is 400 to 500 meters long, 160 meters high, and is geologically complex. There's no simple fix, so continuous monitoring and managing is likely to continue into the foreseeable future. Mina Amso, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, we take a look at what was on offer for St Andrew's Day, and a charity boxing event lifts the bar.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
We're at 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Southern Television takes pride in providing a wide range of programming. If you have concerns about our programming or feel that standards have been breached, please write to the address on screen within 20 working days of airing. Visit Broadcast Standards Authority website for more information on the complaints process.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these teas. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Yes, Sonny Chin.
Neck, shoulder, back, sciatica, pain specialists. Innovative tools specifically designed to contour your grooves of depletion and excess muscle buildup.
Sonny Chin, it works. When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garrador.
Welcome back. Statistics for workers in elementary occupations such as cleaners, rubbish collectors and labourers show they had the highest rate of injury in 2015. The figures released today show the injury rate for agriculture and fishery workers moved down from the top spot for the first time in 8 years. Between 2008 and 2014, these workers had the highest rate of work-related claims. The provisional figures are based on work-related injury claims accepted by ACC. It was a case of Scotland the Brave for visitors trying famous Scottish fare at St Andrew's Day this weekend. Attendees with a stomach for it had the chance to sample cooked haggis made to a local recipe. But there was a lot more on offer than just the Scottish delicacy for those in a patriotic mood.
For your honest son, say face, great chieftain!
An ode to haggis struck a resonant chord with the St Andrews crowd. This was what everyone was waiting for. The arrival of the cooked sheep stomach, the national dish of Scotland, was the highlight of the festival and certainly made an entrance. The crowd was urged to partake, and the brave ones took the plunge, with the haggis getting the thumbs up from most. Is this one good?
You like it? Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it?
There was plenty to enjoy for those with more pedestrian tastes, including Highland dancing, choir items and an appearance by local troubadour Josh Larkins.
This one are from dancing.
Ah, you must be really good. How long have you been dancing for?
I think around 5 to 6 years.
The fashion conscious also took the chance to strut their stuff in clan colours. What time is your doggy got on there?
I'm afraid that's unknown, unidentified.
So that one's the McGregor tat. So it's the dress tat.
So that's your clan, is it?
Yep, absolutely.
Steampunk outfit.
Steampunk tartan. So you're a steampunk Scot. Is that what it is?
Yeah, sort of.
But in the end, it all came back to the glue that holds the Scots together: the food. Trying my luck with the traditional pikelet, but leaving the haggis allergies to Rabbie Burns, I'm Roselle LeBone for the South Today.
The Queenstown charity boxing event Thriller raised more than $40,000 last Saturday in a night of nail-biting action. The heavy hits and high-rolling dollars raised for charity have set a precedent for future matches.
The crowd cheered as contenders appeared from behind stage, ready and pumped to unleash a knockout match. Over 1,200 people showed up at the Queenstown Event Centre on Saturday night to watch 20 ordinary local men and women compete for what will become the ultimate boxing experience. The event raised more than $42,000 for the branch's charitable trust. Two big ticket items raised nearly $13,000 alone. The event raised over $200,000 in the past 7 years, nearly cracking the $250,000 mark on Saturday night. While the event is done and dusted, many contenders were still celebrating their win 2 days later. Mina Amso, The South Today.
Invercargill is in the process of getting a festive makeover. The much anticipated Christmas lights and decorations are appearing all around the city centre, and all in time for the highlight of the city's celebratory calendar, the Invercargill Santa Parade.
Earthquakes can't stop the city celebrating the festive season. Hi, I'm Ruby Spink at Wagner Place in Invercargill, and as you can see behind me, the Christmas decorations are well underway. The City Council's roading manager Russell Pearson says there were delivery issues for the materials due to the severe earthquake which devastated Kaikoura. But now they've arrived, and council staff are working hard to install them across Invercargill's famously wide streets quickly. The decorations cost nearly $120,000, with the installation being an extra $130,000. That's nearly $250,000 spent on the decorations. The lights are up already in part of Tay Street, but will also cover D and Esk streets. The workers are braving the conditions to meet the council's target of having the lights and decorations up by this Saturday's Christmas parade. I'm Ruby Spink for the South Today.
And now back to our earlier story. Surveillance vessel HMNZS Wellington has been docked at Otago Harbour for the past few days while en route to Antarctica. It was a flying visit for the ship, which is already headed for colder shores. The ship will be back in December to mark the Navy's 75th birthday.
A blustery day with freezing winds hitting the water, but one ship is headed even further down south, if the weather will allow it. The crew of the HMNZS Wellington head off today for 3 weeks to Antarctica to investigate illegal fishing. The visiting vessel arrived in Dunedin on November the 23rd and is also helping out with Canterbury earthquake surveillance.
Our job there is to clear the way for the main force, which is Canterbury, to help with the evacuation, and also for clear the anchorages for the main task group, which is comprised of the international ships.
Surveillance found the seabed had risen 1/2 metre on the southern end of the peninsula and 1.5 metres on the northern end following the earthquake.
Local shipping down there, like Whale Watch, they were only able to float their vessels for maybe 2 hours a day.
The ship's departure has already been delayed by unfriendly conditions, but all going to plan, it will reach the Ross Sea in Antarctica soon. Lieutenant Craig Kayo says it's rare the crew gets a day off. His child and pregnant wife are eagerly awaiting his return home for Christmas.
The day I get back from deployment, the day I find out whether we're having a boy or a girl. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Our first one, I was in Bahrain.
Also aboard is midshipman Karu, a 19-year-old straight out of school who will be making her first trip to Antarctica.
Coming out of school and then going straight into learning about how to drive a ship. It's like getting a fire hose put down your throat and like turn on high, and then like all the information going down basically.
While learning to take control of a ship has been pretty exciting, for Caro nothing will beat seeing the ice for the first time. Roselle Lebone, The South Today.
After the break on the South Today, organisers say it was the best yet, and we'll check out one of the headline events at the Burt Munro Challenge.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these teas. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award winning Garador.
Welcome back. All day people have been riding their motorbikes up the island after the Burt Munro Challenge wrapped up over the weekend. The 4-day event brought motorcyclists from all over down to Invercargill to take part in the races and culture, and organisers are calling it a success.
The 4 days of racing, rallying and looking at bikes are over. Hi, I'm Ruby Spink, and Invercargill as the buzz from the Burt Munro Challenge is calming down. The 11th Burt Munro Challenge swept through the city last week, and organisers are stoked about how it all went.
We're just starting to get different feedback via different means. People are telling us directly, also on social media, so we're getting different feedback, but mainly that we've done an excellent job in delivering a really iconic event for Southland. And I guess the weather was certainly a challenge, but we pushed through and just made sure that the event still ran and everyone was able to be part of the event still.
The competition held races at the beach, through the street and speedways and even up Bluff Hill. It draws in motorcyclists from all over to partake and watch the events. The South Today spoke to spectators who made the pilgrimage from up north about what's bringing them back year after year.
I've only ever been to Invercargill for a Burt Munro, so you know, it's what I've seen. It's quite a cool place to hang out. The people are really friendly. Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, that's why we come back.
The events you do go to, it's quite it's comradeship. You know, you're all involved in a passion, I suppose you could put it, and just enjoy being part of the whole getting here, because that's the challenge.
A whole lot of people with a common interest, and as Lance saying, it's the camaraderie amongst all of those people that makes it what it is. You know, brings the atmosphere to the town, and people enjoy looking at bikes and doing everything bike.
Organisers are still collating the results to find out who the overall winner of the competition is. Blau says the popularity of the event keeps the legend of Burt Munro alive.
It's really important that if we are getting positive feedback that we continue to do what we're doing, and at the moment we're delivering a really you know, grassroots event, and people have been saying they really want to see it stay that way. So for us it's about you know, maintaining that and making sure that it's still paying homage to Burt Munro.
The city's returning back to normal, and organisers are already looking at how they can harness the same level of enthusiasm for next year's competition. But for now, locals and people who live in the city like me can look forward to getting back the best parking spaces on the main streets. I'm Ruby Spink for the South Today.
The feature event of the Burt Munro Challenge weekend of motorcycle racing in Invercargill was Friday's beach race. More than 100 riders on an array of bikes tore up the sand along the track between surf and sand dunes. Conditions were warm but windy. Here's Mark Price.
Oreti Beach in Invercargill, Stewart Island in the background, the waves lapping peacefully on the shore. Next minute. The beach is where the late legendary racer Burt Munro went to try out modifications to his Indian motorcycle. Now each year hundreds of others follow the path in the sand that he rode.
Pretty good, apart from the wind heading up the straight. You're heading straight into the wind, so it makes it a little bit hard work with the gearing on the bike, but heading down where the sand's harder, you're a lot faster, so it's good.
Pretty hot out in that course?
It's hotter than you think, harder than it looks.
What are the conditions like?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, as good as it gets around here, I suppose.
In a straight line it's good, it's a bit of a handful around the corners. But yeah, no, it's good, it's a lot of fun. Australian Alan Kempster lost an arm and a leg in a motorcycle crash in 1990, but a crash on the Bluff Hill climb put him out of the beach race.
Around 4 or 5 years ago I got back on bikes and I've just been travelling the world racing motorbikes. It's been a great time.
What do people say when you turn up?
Well, a lot of people just don't believe. A lot of people may see me in the pits wearing my leathers and everything else, and they look at me and go, oh, he must be a sidecar passenger or something like that. But once they actually see me jump onto a solo two-wheel bike, they just think, what the hell's going on here? And they just think it's amazing.
Spectators braved a rip-roaring westerly wind.
What do you think of the racing so
Oh
far?
man, it's bloody brilliant. Love the noise. Sand's a bit getting in the eyes though.
Bloody marvellous. Hey, we had good weather coming down the west coast. A couple of days, a little bit of rain, but this is good weather. I can see Stewart Island out there. No sand on the eyes, just the sun on my eyes. It's a good place to be today.
And the racing at Arete Beach and the aftermatch went on well into the southern twilight. Mark Price for the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Gale force winds buffeted the southern coasts, lifting tin roofs, while in Dunedin some people went sightseeing to one of the windiest areas. The HMNZS Wellington is heading to Antarctica following post-earthquake surveillance, but it will be back on Kiwi shores to celebrate a special anniversary. And a routine inspection of the Nevis Bluff on State Highway 6 has shown no major threats or danger of falling rocks in the area. Time now to find out what's going to be inside tomorrow's Otago Daily Times, and Barry Stewart joins us. Good evening.
Hello Rebecca. Trouble is brewing at the Otago Regional Council. Chairman Stephen Woodhouse is concerned about a formation of a Dunstan block. He says the council is for the whole of the region and not one district. MP Todd Barclay is facing a selection challenge in the Clutha Southland electorate. We have more on that, and on the sporting scene, Ginny Wilson has been selected in the Black Sticks, the first woman from down south to feature in that team for some time.
That's tomorrow's ODT. Thanks, Barry.
Thank you.
Time now for tomorrow's weather.
This weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Manuka Honey.
Here's our southern view. It's taken of a time lapse from the top of Ballarat Street in Queenstown. To the situation, and a west to southwest flow will remain over the South Island this week, with some cold fronts washing over us from time to time. We're looking for showers and sou'westers for Balclutha, the Catlins, Gore and Lumsden tomorrow. Showers and sou'westers for Alexandra, Queenstown, Te Anau and Wanaka. Highs range between 12 and 14 degrees. And showers later on for Oamaru with a sou'west change, a high of 19 there. Showers and sou'westers on Omarama and Twizel, both on 15. Westerlies easing in Timaru, late showers 22 degrees. And Dunedin tonight, fine with westerlies and a low of 9. Tomorrow, cloudy with showers at times and sou'west winds becoming strong and gusty, a high of 13. And in Invercargill tonight, squally showers and sou'westers with a low of 9. Mostly cloudy tomorrow with showers at times, clearing during the day with sou'westers and a high of 12. And that's all from the South Today for Monday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.